Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Crazy hair day. Every day's a crazy hair day when you have hair like mine. So, you know what I noticed? Every time I park my car, the doors unlock. And then when I put my car into reverse or drive, my doors lock. Does anybody else's cars do that? I thought that was the weirdest thing. Like, I've always heard them locking, but I guess I just didn't pay any mind to it. And then as I was leaving, I was like, are they locking or unlocking? Because in my head, I'm like, if I'm parked, I would rather my doors lock. Because it's like protecting me from like anyone who might try to get in my car. But it's quite the opposite. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know anything about cars. Maybe your car does that too. Maybe all cars do that, and I've just never noticed before. Anyway, please don't make it right. Thank you. So I have a funny story. And anytime I start a story with, hey, I have a funny story, it's usually not funny to anyone but me. But I find it crazy, like mind-blowing. So, the Emmys were on Sunday, and I'm watching the Emmys, and I love award shows. I'm like obsessed with them. I love them. I think they're great. So I'm watching Tori, Kelly, and maybe I should rewind. Also, I'm like a terrible storyteller. Anyway, maybe I'm going to rewind even further back. So growing up, I really wanted to be a singer. More than anything in the entire universe, I just really wanted to like be able to sing well. I'm probably like not just well, but like I wanted to be like Christina Aguilera. Like I wanted to be a pop star. I wanted to sing. And we tried so many different things. Like, oh, bless my parents. I have like the craziest stories. Like, guys, I wrote to Ellen and Maury, because this was before like Maury was like, is that guy your father? Like, this is before that. This is when Maury was like a talk show that had like a bunch of different people on, like, and he would always have really talented kids on. And that was like when I first saw Allison Stoner on TV, and I was like, oh my god, I have to be on his talent show. I have to be on his show. So I wrote him and Ellen, because Ellen, I mean, did Ellen have a talk show back then? I know I wrote Oprah, so maybe it was just Oprah and Maury. I wrote them so many letters, and this is like, you know, not email we're talking about. Although now I remember I emailed Ellen like many times. But I wrote handwritten letters. Actually, I typed it on the computer. But I hand wrote the envelopes for like 20 to 30 letters. And guys, like that's a lot. Like for a kid to do that, that's a lot. A letter describing why I wanted to be on the show. And anyway, I digress. So, but funny because they actually did contact me. They were like, we got your letter. And I was like, letter or letters? Anyway, if you want to hear that story, that's for another time. But so yeah, I just really wanted to be a singer, and one of my favorite things to do was to like watch videos of like young singers. So like Christina Aguilera, but when she was like 10, because I don't know, it made me feel like I could like try to like sing like that, and like maybe then I would be good. I don't know. The reasoning makes no sense. So I'm like watching, anyway, there's this show called America's Most Talented Kids or something to that effect that Dave Coulier, Uncle Joey from Full House, used to host. And the show was literally on for like, I don't even think that long. But I remember, and it had to be on TV because at this time, like, we had internet, but it wasn't like it is today. You know, there definitely wasn't YouTube. There wasn't any of that. So I see this girl on that show, America's Most Talented Kids, and she is an amazing singer. And I immediately am like obsessed, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's what I want to sound like that's it. And like, bless, like if praying and like hard work, like, you know, I worked hard, but you know, if you're not born with like those pipes, you're not gonna sound like Whitney Houston. You're not gonna sound like Christina Aguilera. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So I'm like, she's saying singing my song by Christina Aguilera, which is like this huge power ballad. And sorry, I have a hair on my cheek. this huge power ballad, and so I'm almost certain, so I practiced it on my karaoke machine. I used to sing with the tracks, with the like vocals, so in my head I would sound good, because I would be like melting together my voice and like whoever's I was singing with, which is like not what you're supposed to do. But I think then I brought that song to like my vocal coach or something at the time, because like we spend hundreds of dollars on like voice lessons, and I was like, I want to sing this song, and bless my voice coach was like, we're gonna start out like girl, you can't even sing a scale. You are not gonna be singing like this. She had to like literally explain to me like the way Christina Aguilera sings is very like advanced, and not something that is just gonna come naturally to you, at least. Get it. So this girl was like amazing, blowing my mind. So fast forward now, probably like 20 years later, I'm watching the Emmys and I'm watching Tori Kelly, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, she's such a beautiful singer, and I kind of knew that, like, she was on YouTube. She had YouTube videos, and I think the hype was like, oh, like she got discovered on YouTube, which, I mean, she's been singing for years and years and years. Anyway, so I was on my computer because I was live tweeting the Emmys. You guys are getting like a small glimpse into my like insanely bizarre and dorky life. But I'm live tweeting the Emmys, and I was like, oh, let me hop onto YouTube and like see what Tori Kelly's like videos were like, or like what her channel's like, because I wasn't subscribed, so I subscribed, and I went to, like when you can see everyone's videos, and then you can go to oldest and see like their first video, the first video that they posted, or like the oldest video that they have up on their channel. So I did that for Tori Kelly, and the first video I see is from 9 years ago, and I was like, oh wow, like okay, like like let me watch it. So I click it and I watch it, and I'm watching this video, and I'm like, oh my god, this little girl looks very familiar to me. This little girl, she has like her straight hair looks very familiar to me, like her skinny little body looks very familiar to me, like, and then my world collided, like deja vu times 1,000 bajillion kajillion. Like, my universe is exploded, because I was like, oh my goodness, sorry, the sun is like crazy, oh my goodness, that little girl was Tori Kelly, and this grown woman on the Emmys, that's Tori Kelly. Like, it was like, it was, because I completely forgot about Tori Kelly. Like, I totally forgot about baby Tori Kelly. Like, literally completely forgot. And, then I grew up and, like, did things in my life, and just never thought about it again. Never thought about that time in my life when I, like, was obsessed with baby Tori Kelly. And then to like put two and two together, guys, it blew my mind. Like, holy cajoli, that Tori Kelly now is the same Tori Kelly that I watched all those years ago and was like, oh my god, she's amazing. Yeah, she's amazing. She's Tori Kelly. Oh my gosh, you should have seen my face, guys, when I made this realization. When I put two and two together, and I was like, oh, because then of course I Googled the video, because I'm like, oh my god, is this the same girl that like I watched? I Googled Tori, like baby Tori Kelly or something, or like little Tori Kelly. The video popped up of her on America's Most Talented Kids with Dave Coulier when she's like 11 or 12, with her straight hair and her tiny little body, and she's singing my song by Christina Aguilera, and I about died. I still can't believe it. That, like, I was obsessed with that video. I taped it, and I, like, would rewatch it and, like, try to, like, I don't even know. I think I, like, just, like, stared at it. Was like, please let me be able to sing like that. Please let me be able to sing like that. Obviously, that never happened, but, like, and then now to, like, see her, it's mind-blowing. But it makes me so happy. I'm like, oh, amazing. Like, she's turned into, like, a beautiful, successful, talented, I'm sure, like, smart young lady. And, like, that's so great. So, that was my big, funny story with which probably sounds so ridiculous, but guys, like, have you ever had that moment where like you remember something as a kid and then you see it now and like, but it's in the best way possible and you've completely forgot about it, and then your world's just like, because you're like, oh my god, that's the same person. That's the same person, just older. Like, what? And I'm sure, like, if I really sat and thought about it, I could think of like other instances where that sort of happened to me. But that moment, and because it just happened, I was like, oh my word, I can't. Anyway, so that was like so funny. I thought you guys would appreciate, because YouTube fam like knows Tori Kelly and would like think some people could relate and be like, oh yeah, totally, oh my god, like, cool. Carabas. Okay, I'm gonna go, but thank you so much for watching. And if I think of anything else crazy, I'll let you know. But that was like my big crazy news for the day. That I can't believe baby Tori Kelly and famous Tori Kelly are the same person. Ah, can't. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up for Tori Kelly. I don't know. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.